So you know what I was just thinking about. You know that guy that's always exposing the recipes for like the favorite like fast food and restaurants and stuff like that. And sometimes they're motivated by him having bad customer service experiences, in which case he turns around and transmutes that energy and exposes the recipes to their famous dishes, right? Well, I was just making the correlation to, well, I already knew why I already like his videos. One being it has to do with the food, right? But the other part of it is just the transmuting of the energy and using it to expose, right? And I was, as I sit here and think about the days of this past week, right? And I think about the ways, like certain things that happened that took my energy from me, and situations I wasn't too happy with, right? And I'm gonna take the opportunity to, one, story time, but two, we're gonna expose some multi-million, million and billion dollar industries with the truth, right? Let's go ahead and do that. So what story do I want to tell first? Well, all right, so there was an electrical company, right? So I had called the electrical company months ago when I moved into this apartment, and everything was supposed to be transferred over. So I was pretty surprised when someone from my landlord's team called me saying that I owe them for this electricity bill and blah blah blah. And it was even more confusing how when I called the company, right? Because I already called them once. I know I called them. I talked to them, right? But when I called them, they had no record of it. None. It's like, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make any sense at all. But, so the interesting part though, when I'm transferring it all over, it's this great business concept is, they now want deposits. Like these electrical companies, they want deposits before they even offer me any services. Like I was really dumbfounded. I was stumped. Like when the lady told me that, I paused. I was frozen. I was like, so before you even give me any services, you want to bend me over before you even give me any services? But the first thing that came to my mind as I asked her, it's like, how long have you been doing this fuckery? How is this common procedure? Has this been your business motto since the beginning? Like this is how you guys operate? Is you require hundreds of dollars deposit, right? But the anger for that is more stemmed from it's all bullshit. It's all a system we shouldn't be in anyways. We should be operating out of free energy. And not only are they not giving you free energy, they're bending you over. And not only are they just bending you over, they're not giving you any fucking Vaseline. And it's just like, fuck you all the fucking way around. Fuck you, motherfuckers. And so let's expose the industry, right? So a big part of my bill is from heating, because it's electrical heat, right? You know how, okay, so what they used to do back in the day is they used to have a pipe going way down into the ground, because the Earth's temperature stays pretty good temperature, right? And so we use a lot of energy, fuel, and a lot of fuel. We use a lot of resources just keeping our houses up to temperature with the Earth, where they used to dig down and put like a 4-inch pipe down into the ground and have that channeled up to the house, and that would naturally bring your house up to temperature, and thus reducing your bill like in half. But now we're not doing that because of codes and this and that, and they erased it out of the books that they teach, right? They don't teach it. All these common procedures that they don't teach, right? And so it's so much. Oh, the other part, cleaning got me into that. So I had the pleasure of cleaning out this drug addict's apartment, right? I had the pleasure of doing that. Oh man, but the amount of mold and growth and everything in there, right? Well, you know what used to be common procedure is they used to it was some sort of like lime mixture that used to put a coating on all the houses, on all the walls, all the surfaces, everything. They used to coat it with it. It's like you paint it on, you apply it, and you know what happens? Zero mold, zero, zilch, none. But that's a what $1 billion industry that doesn't even, all these chemicals, unless you're using real antimicrobials, which I know, it's the shit I used to do. I used to clean this shit up for a living. All your bleach and this and shit that you try to use, you think that you're doing it, you ain't doing shit. You're not doing shit. You need an antimicrobial. You actually need to break it down. But it's, it's not even that though. But it's mold growing in places where it shouldn't even, because it wouldn't be that way if we didn't get off of these things that used to be common procedures. But we replaced, common procedures that were safe for us, that helped us, that benefited us, and we replaced them with state and city codes. Oh, that brings me into another point. Let's go expose another industry too. I want to scrap my truck, right? It hasn't been able to run in a while. I've been wanting to scrap it, but I can't scrap it. What's the problem I'm having? I don't have the title. I have the registration, which is my name, matches, everything all matches up. I have my license, everything all matches up. It's me. But I'm resisting because I gotta pay the state just for a piece of paper, just so I can turn it over. It's fuck you, motherfuckers. Because what are you gonna do? As soon as I sell it to the scrapyard, what are you gonna do? They have to go and they have to pay you for the same fucking services again. And it's all a big fucking scam. Oh, let's get into that. Let's get into that big fucking scam. I don't know who's old enough to remember, but back in the early mid-2000s, right, there was a thing called cash for clunkers, right? It's when the government did a great thing, right? They did such a great thing because their government cares for us. They love us. They will care for us, right? They're trying to help us, right? So they gave you like a $4,500 reimbursement for turning in these old vehicles so you can get a new car. Hey, good for you. You got a new vehicle, right? What were they doing? They were getting all the old reliable cars off of the road. All the cars that you could still work on yourself. All the cars that you could still, they took all the cars. And not only that, what they did is all the places that got the cars turned into them, all the dealerships that got the cars turned into them, for them to get their end of the bargain, they had to dismantle the whole motor. They had to pour solvent into the motor and let the motor seize up. Then they had to run the motor, let it run all the way through, let it seize up and crush it, and not let any of the parts circulate for parts, because they don't want us to have parts to force us, to strong arm us into go get these new vehicles that break down, because the vehicles they have were lasting too long.